everybody, very warm good morning once again today. Today I have decided to look at question tag. So I think it's not a big issue to you. It's very easy. Again we are talking on this today. So let's talk on question tag and its rules. How should we go? How should we apply some formulas over here in question tag? Now let's have a discussions. So let's get started. So this is not a big deal to you. I know this is very easy and it is going to be very easy to you today also. First of all, I would like to define what is question tag. So while defining question tag, it is a form of question. It is a form of question, no doubt. It's a question, okay, that comes at the end of the sentence, okay. It generally comes at the end of the sentence for the main thing is here, that is confirmation, okay. Yes, generally tag questions we generally or actually we do it for confirmations, okay. We want to confirm it whether the particular things is or not, okay. We want to confirm. Generally our purpose behind making questions or generally asking questions at the last of the sentence is none other than we just want to have confirmation. So alright, let's now do some MCQ here. So for instance, I have taken some example here. So he is from Japan, okay. He is from Japan. As we know that while making tag question, we have to look generally to the auxiliary verb. So the very first rule is we must be very conscious about auxiliary verb. So we must be watchful where is auxiliary verb. If there is auxiliary verb, it's very easy. You need to just carry that, write down here is, and another rules is if the sentence or let's say statement is very positive, then its rule is you need to make your questions negative. Just opposite. If the statement is negative, you need to make your question tag positive. If the statement is positive, then you need to make your question tag negative. So first rule is you need to be very watchful about auxiliary verb. So if there is auxiliary verb, no need to be panic. Just take out that auxiliary verb from the very sentence, keep it here, and first of all find out whether the statement or sentence is negative or positive. If it is negative, then make your question positive. If it is positive, then make your question negative. So it's very common. So let's do. He is from Japan. He is. Is an auxiliary verb. Is there any doubt? No doubt. Maybe is an auxiliary verb. That's why I put it here. Now the statement or let's say the sentence is in positive form. That's why I should make. Yeah, I should make it negative. That's why I write down here not. But exactly one thing you have to keep into your mind is that you need to write every not these into contraction form. Contraction form. Okay, generally I am, it happens I am. Okay, not, you have to write in this way. So you are extremely prohibited to write the full form of not. So you have to write N apostrophe T, that is the contraction form of not. So is not. Now what is the subject? Yeah, if here is name, okay, if here is instead of he, if here is Ram, suppose Ram is a proper noun, isn't it? Ram is a proper noun. Instead of he, if here is Ram, then you are not allowed to write here Ram. So, instead of proper noun, you need to write down its common noun. Generally, Ram, Sam, okay. Generally, for males, we write a pronoun called he. If there is Sita, Gita, then if that pronoun is, if that proper noun is Rita, Sita, whatever the female, or let's say the female's name, then here also the same formula we have to apply, that is, we are asked to write the common noun, and basically for males we always write he, for females we always write she. So, very easy, here is no any proper noun, here is he, here is a pronoun. So, just carry this he and write down here. And one thing, you are not allowed to write capital letter. So, you have to write a small letter. So, I hope you have already understood it. So, this is very common, but once again I want to repeat it. He is from Japan. It's a positive sentence. That's why I have to make the question negative. That's why I made it. I just borrow this is from here. I put here not because I want to make it negative. I should make it negative, and then I need to write he here because he is the subject here. So, this is the very first instance. I hope you have understood each and every single thing. Now, let's go to the second examples, because instead of going through the rules, we have to, solve the very problems. That's why it is going to make us very easy and comfort. So, she can't speak Nepali. She can't speak Nepali. Now, the very first thing you have to notice is that the very sentence is in negative form, because I might hope you have already seen this not here, the contraction form of not here. So, the question is in negative form. That's why you have to make your question tag, positive, because the sentence is in the form of negative already. So, here you need to make positive. That's why. Now, can, what is meant by can? Could. Modals are used here, okay. These are the modal verb. Modals are used here. So, यो क्यानले चाहिँ यहाँनिर मेन भर्बको काम गरेको छ, okay. मेन भर्बको काम गरेको छ. That's why you have to, here is no auxiliary verb, here is main verb. So, just borrow this can here, okay. And then here is not, because it is in negative form. That's why you are not allowed to write down this not here. You have to write just can. And what is the subject here? The subject is she. That's why she can't speak Nepali. Can she? Okay. I hope you might have understood. Now, let's go to another cases, okay. These two are the general examples of question tag. We will solve many more MCQ here now in front of you. Now, let's define another cases, because there will be several cases which will, further make us panic somehow. So far, I have to go through it. That's why, in the absence of auxiliary verb, okay, I have already told you, there may be several cases. Some might have modal verbs, some might have auxiliary verb, some sentences might be missing auxiliary verb. So, sentences differs from one to another. Cases varies, isn't it? So, in the absence of auxiliary, what must we do? Okay, we must, in the absence of auxiliary verb, we should look at the main verb, okay. If there is no auxiliary verb, we have to be watchful about the main verb. Now, keep it in your mind. Generally for verb 1, okay, for verb 1, we use don't. Generally for V5 or verb 5, we usually use doesn't. and generally for V2 we use didn't. Alright. So now let's do some examples. She eats rice. Okay. Here is eats is the main verb. Eats is the main verb. Okay. Here is no auxiliary verb. Here is the absence of auxiliary verb. Eats is a main verb. Now one thing, she eats tense first. Where there is absence of auxiliary verb, you need to be watchful about the tense of the very sentence, and we are extremely prohibited to change the tense because yahanera जुन tense छ, we need to keep here the same tense. We are not allowed to modify it. Okay, we are not allowed to change it. Whatever the tense is there at the sentence, you have to change, you have to create question tag as per the tense that is included in your sentence. So, she eats rice. Okay, this is subject, this is verb, this is object. Here is, verb 5. So, this is the structure of, simple present tense. Alright, it is in the form of simple present tense. Now, if it is in the form of simple present tense, now your question tag must be in simple present form. So, you must be careful on that. So, eats is verb 5. Alright, verb 5. Here I have included, we have to supply doesn't. D-O-E-S, doesn't. Alright, C. Now, what is here? C. So, you are not allowed to write capital letter, write small letter. Here will be C. Doesn't C? Okay, are you clear? This is a very simple case. Okay, now we have eaten food. We have eaten food. Now, this is another case. Now, के भनेको छ, if there is absence of auxiliary verb, you should look at the main verb. Okay, we have eaten food. No need to look here. Just go and see here. So, just extract have from here and then put not, because question is in positive form. Okay, that's why we are making here negative. And what is the subject? We. Now, it is clear. Okay, I want to go to another slide. He ate momo. Now, ate. Okay, it is in past form. Okay, simple past. It is in simple past. You are asked to change if the verb is in verb 5 form, then you need to write does not. Okay, so if the verb is in past form, you need to write did not. Okay, so this is in simple past form. It means verb 2. Verb 2 means here you have to write down didn't. Why you are putting here not? Because the question is in positive form. That's why you are writing here did not. And he, that's fine. Now let's go to another example. They eat pizza. They. Yesterday I have taught you that if the subject is plural, then obviously verb will be plural form, because there will be agreement of plural verbs and plural subject. So, they indicate several people. That's why it is a plural subject. That's why it is a plural form of eat. The root verb of eat, and it is a plural form of verbs. That's why plural subject, plural verb. Okay, I was just reminding yesterday's portion here, but we need to see here the different things on question tag. Now, eat, which form is it? This is verb 1. Okay, this is verb 1. They ate pizza. If there is verb 1, then we need to write down don't. We need to write down don't. Okay, they eat pizza. Now our, this one is confirmed. Here, if it is verb 1, then it is fixed. We have to write do. This is positive, that's why we are writing not. And what is their subject? This is they. But we are not allowed to write down T in capital form. That's why we are writing in, a small form. I hope you are getting my point here. He has played football. He has played football. Okay, now I have already done before also has. Okay, now see the case. Has plus verb 3. If there is has plus verb 3, then you should just write hasn't. This is the case here. Okay, once again have a look. If there is has plus verb 3, then you have to write down hasn't. That's why he has plus verb 3. So that's why hasn't he. I hope you have no any doubt. Now, but have plus verb 3. If there is have plus verb 3, then you have to write down haven't. If there is has plus verb 3, you have to write hasn't. If there is had plus verb 3, you have to write hadn't. Okay, you have to write hadn't. Has have plus verb 3, haven't. Has plus verb 3, hasn't. And finally, had plus verb 3, hadn't. Okay. Okay, if there is have plus noun phrase, then we have to write don't. Okay, this is the first case. And if there is has plus noun phrase, we have to write down doesn't. And another, finally, if there is had plus noun phrase, we have to write down didn't. Okay, please be very careful. These are the cases you might get confused in coming days, or while reading from examination point of view, you generally, there is the cases of asking and exceptional cases of questions tag. So generally you are in the you are going to take part in the higher level, or let's say higher studies. That's why you need to be quite careful, you need to be quite technical. So general case bhanda pani you need to have overlook, or let's say you need to be very watchful on the exceptional cases. Generally exceptional cases haruमा चाहिँ has plus noun phrase लगाइदिने, have plus noun phrase लगाइदिने, had plus noun phrase लगाइदिने, and you will be asked questions. So be very careful. This is very important from the examination point of view. So keep watching. So have plus noun phrase don't. Okay, has plus noun phrase doesn't. Okay, had plus noun phrase didn't है. अब have मा किन do लाग्यो, has मा किन does लाग्यो, अनि had मा किन did लाग्यो भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ yesterday I have already make you learn, because has भनेको मैले सिंगुलर हो भनेर हिजो भनेको थिएँ हैन, अनि have भनेको प्लुरल हो भनेको थिएँ. देमा have लाग्छ. दे इज अ प्लुरल सब्जेक्ट, देले have क्यारी गर्छ, have इज अ प्लुरल verb. द्याट्स वाइ दे डु नट डु भनिन्छ नि त हैन. सो डु इज अ प्लुरल फर्म, प्लुरल. ओके, has भनेको सिंगुलर हो, सिंगुलर भर्बले सिंगुलरले के लिन्छ, सिंगुलर भर्ब क्यारी गर्छ. द्याट्स वाइ डज इज अ सिंगुलर. had भनेको पास्ट हो, isn't it, past form. That's why we need to write did. There is no doubt in had. Now let's do some examples over here. We have learnt. We have learnt. Now listen, just before a slide, okay, if there is absence of auxiliary verb, we are asked to see main verb है। अनि ह्याभ आएको छ भने वी ह्याभ इटन भन्दाखेरि हामीले ह्याभन्ट वी भनेर लेखेको थियौँ, तर यहाँ पनि त ह्याभ छ, तर यहाँनिर के छैन, verb 3 छैन, यहाँनिर नाउन फ्रेज छ। लन्च इट इज अ नाउन। ओके, बी केयरफुल। ह्याभ आयो भन्दैमा you are not allowed to put here have directly. Okay, see the cases. If there is have plus verb 3, then only you are allowed to write that. But if there is have plus noun phrase, then you are not allowed to do that. That's why we have lunch. That's why have lunch, have को केसमा you are asked to write don't. That's why don't. We is the subject. That's why we carry it here. And now it became don't we. Okay. I hope there is no any problem. Now we have taken lunch. Now see, yes, I have just presented the issues of it. Have taken. Have means and taken. Have plus, you know, verb 3. Okay, that's why have plus verb 3 छ भने we are not forced to see anything. Just write down very blindly. Just extract this have here. The question is in positive form. Put here not and just borrow your subject here. I hope you have get it. Now, Rita has a swim daily. Rita has a swim daily. All right. Has a swim daily. You know, if there is has plus noun phrase, then you are asked to write doesn't. Has a भनेर यहाँ verb 3 आइदिएको भए तिमीले के लेख्नु पर्थ्यो त यहाँ? hasn't भनेर लेख्नु पर्थ्यो, तर has plus noun phrase आएको छ. Has plus noun phrase, that's why you have to write down has plus noun phrase doesn't. Okay, Samita has taken bath. Okay, Samita has taken bath. Has and verb 3. Samita has taken bath. That's why hasn't she. Okay, cases are different. Here is the case of noun phrase. Here is the case of has plus verb 3. Okay, so I think do not get confused. Has plus noun phrase. That's why we are asked to write doesn't she. Here is has plus verb 3. That's why we are asked to write hasn't she. Now another, Martin Luther King Jr. Okay, Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream. All right, had. Here is a had. But dream is here. Dream is a noun. Okay, that's why you couldn't write another thing. Hadn't, you couldn't write hadn't. Here you are asked to write didn't he, because had plus noun phrase is equal to didn't. Okay, got the point? If there is has, have or had plus verb 3, then you should just write your question tag blindly. आँखा चिम्लेर has छ भने, have छ भने, had छ भने त्यसलाई extract गरेर not थपेर लेख्दिने. If the question is in positive form. If the question is in negative form, just make it positive. हैन? And there is no any problem. I hope have plus noun phrase don't. Has plus noun phrase doesn't. Had plus noun phrase didn't. Okay. So, I hope everything is clear right now. Now, change must into needn't. Okay, change must into needn't. Now, you need to change this must into needn't and am into aren't. This is another case. Okay, this is also an exceptional case. Be very careful. Okay, go on watching it very carefully. I must do it. All right, must. Okay, it is a modal verb. Must is a modal verb. Okay, I must do it. Okay, if there is must, okay, we are asked to write needn't. Okay, go on writing need. And the question is in positive form. The question is positive. That's why we are asked to make it negative. That's why we are making or we are writing here not. And what is its object? I. Okay. So, I must do it according to the rules of question tag. We must change must into needn't. That's why we change must into needn't here. We have just followed the rules of question tag. We have done nothing. We have just gone through the instructions of it. We are following it. We just change must into needn't and we are writing here I. This is our subject. Now, he must come. Okay, he must come. Once again, must is here. That's why we write need. And you know, there is no not. It means the question is in positive form. That's why we are writing not. And oh, this is mistake. Okay, here should be he. Here should be he because he is its subject. Now, I am taking CMAT. I am taking CMAT. Am will always change into aren't. This is the exceptional case. Okay. Amn't हुँदैन नि, isn't it? You might be, thinking for these issues. Am, this is the rules of question tag. So, am always changes into aren't, So, I am a student. Aren't I? Why not amn't I? Because this is the rules. We can't neither change it nor modify it. We have to just follow the instruction. Some instructions are just, we need to follow it. It has no any logic. Okay? कोही instructions haru without logic huन्छन्, without, they do not follow the patterns of, basically, आफ्नो अरू as per other subject उनीहरूले ग्रामरको प्याटर्न फलो गर्दैनन्. सो एम पनि त्यही जोनमा पर्छ. एम इज modified or let's say changed into aren't. I am taking CMAT. Okay, here aim is coming. That's why as per the rules of this aim we have to change it into aren't. That's why I wrote here aren't. And what is its object? Its object is I. So it is aren't I. Okay. Okay, now yesterday also I have explained you about the indefinite cases. Okay, indefinite case haruma ke huncha bhanera. Today also there is another cases for these things. Statements contain some words as someone, somebody, something, no one, nobody, nothing, everyone, everybody, everything. Okay, everything, no one, no one. Oh, it is none. All right, none, neither, etc, etc. Take they. Okay, if there is someone as a subject, then you need to write they as in the form of subject. If there is somebody in the subject, you need to write they. If there is something, they. If there is no one, they. If there is nobody, they. If there is nothing, you need to write they as in the form of subject. Okay, if there is everyone, everybody, everything, none, neither, etc., they all are going to take they. Their their subject form will be, or their pronoun form will be they. All right, so you all of you are asked to keep the very things into your CPU. Your CPU is your brain. So expand the horizon of your CPU and keep all these formulas into your CPU. Okay, so let's not forget. Now let's do some examples as per the given instructions of question tag. Now anybody will show you the entrance gate. Anybody will show you the entrance gate. जसले पनि देखाइदिन्छ तिमीलाई entrance gate. Okay, anybody, hey, anybody is coming here. That's why now as per the instructions of this question tag, we are asked to write they if there is anybody. Now, one thing is very clear. Instead of pronoun, we are going to write they. Now, another is modal verb. Will is here. Now, if there is will, if there are modals, then just extract this and will be want. Will be want. Okay. That's why the question is in, the question is in positive form. That's why we add here not. That's why it became want they. Anybody will show you the entrance gate. Okay. Will, want. Anybody, they. That's why want they. Now another. Nobody is going to see us together. Okay. Nobody is going to see us together. Nobody is going to see us together. Yeah, I am also couldn't getting a chance to see you there. Isn't it? That's fun. Okay, nobody is going to see us together. Nobody, once again. Where is nobody? Alright, here is nobody. If there is nobody, then we are asked to write they. That's why our subject is clear. Nobody means it is, yes, very important thing. Nobody means it gives you negative sense. Okay. So, if there is nobody, then the question is in negative form. Yeah, तिमीहरु झुकिन्छ कहिलेकाहीँ. You will not see, you will just watching for not. यहाँ not त छैन. Okay, there is no not. So, the question may be in positive form. Sorry, nobody always, gives us the meaning of not. Okay, nobody aako ठाउँमा we have to understand as the sentence or statement is negative. That's why you have to understood as already not is here. So, nobody means there is already not. Is, wow, auxiliary verb. Nobody is. अब यस्तो छ, यो केस इज डिफरेन्ट. देले के लिन्छ? आर. ओके, देले के लिन्छ? आर है. फेरि तिमीहरूले यहाँ इज आएको छ भनेर यहाँ इज दे? नो, द्याट नेभर ह्यापन्स. देयर विल बी नो एग्रिमेन्ट बिट्विन दे एन्ड इज. So, there should be plural form will, plural subject will carry plural verb. That's why ma'am, why there is in the question or let's say in the sentence there is, but you are writing are here. Why that is? Because verbs and, subject, it must have agreement with each other. Plural subject will carry plural verb, nobody is. Okay, here nobody ले के गरेको छ? यहाँनिर plural भन्ने कुरा जनाएको छ. That's why are they. I think you have already understood this. Hardly ever is treated as negative structure. Yes. Agi pani हामीले we have done one, we have solved one question tag where nobody was coming at the form of subject, isn't it? That's why the case is coming here. Now, you might be clear on this. Okay, nobody, neither, no one, nothing. Scarcely, seldom, hardly, ever is treated as negative structure. So, tag is always, such tag is always positive. Because if such, such things, indefinite pronoun, if they are coming as in the form of subject, then you need to understand as they are already in the form of negative. That's why we should develop our question tag positive. That's why we are asked such tag is always positive. Nothing was said. Okay? केही पनि भनेको छैन भनेपछि not is already coming there. That's why was is here. Put here was. Auxiliary verb आएको केसमा just extract that auxiliary, keep here, just write down was and nothing. यसलाई के गर्ने? Nothing भनेपछि we have to denote it with it. है? So I barely, okay, or hardly or rarely, whatever. Okay, you need to choose one. There might be barely also, there might be hardly also, or there might be rarely also. Okay, it may come. barely, hardly, rarely, scarcely. Okay. Now, know her. Know her. I barely, hardly, rarely, scarcely know her. भनेपछि the statement is already in negative form. Barely आएमा, hardly आएमा, rarely आएमा, scarcely आएमा. You need to understand the question is in negative form. That's why you need to make your question tag positive. That's why. So they all know. See the action verb here. See the action verb. Action verb is in which form? Action verb is in verb 1 form. Okay, action verb is in verb 1. This is verb 1. That's why verb 1 always carry do. Alright. If here is knows, then it may carry, you know, के हुन्थ्यो? It may carry does. So, now he hardly ever sings. He hardly ever sings. Again hardly is coming here. Hardly is giving you a negative sense. That's why. Okay, ever sings. Now एउटा hardly हेर्ने, hardly हेरेपछि question negative मा छ भन्ने जान्ने, and then does he. Does he. Now sings. Sings is in verb 5 form. Okay, sings is in verb 5 form. That's why we have to write does. Question is in negative form. We have to avoid not from here. Now what is our subject? Our subject is he. Okay. Now let's do other. Now statements either positive or negative. Statements either positive or negative in the imperative. All right. Now a little bit tough case is coming here. Now imperative. Imperative sentence take positive future tags. Okay, that will always carry will you. That will always carry will you. Okay, statements either positive or negative in the imperative sentence take positive future tags, that will be will you. What is meant by imperative? Imperative means it may be command, it may be instructions, it may be order. Okay, if the sentence is in the form of order, or it is in the form of command, okay, or it is in the form of instructions, then you have to understand the sentence is in imperative form. Imperative sentence भन्ने बित्तिकै it might be command, it might be order. For example, stop that noise. Okay, stop that noise. Okay, it's my order. It's my order. That's why the sentence is in imperative form. So we are in such a imperative case मा चाहिँ we are asked to write will you. We have to write down will you. Okay, no need to be panic. Just go on writing will you. Now please help me. Someone is requesting you. Please help me. Okay, so this is also in the form of imperative. So first of all, you have to find out whether the sentence is in imperative form or not. If the sentence is in imperative form, then go on writing very blindly. Okay, no need to think more. Don't be overthinker. Just carry will and you put you, will you. Okay, please help me. Someone is requesting you. That's why will you. But now another case is emerging here. But if sentence begins from let's, alright, if sentence begins from let's, then its tag contains shall we. Its tag contains shall we. This is not the very tough one. This is very easy. Now let's go for a walk. He is asking all of us to go there. Let's go for a walk. Okay, now here is let's, the condition is let's. That's why in terms of let's, we are always asked to write shall we. Now Very easy. Let us go for a walk. Let us. Now see the difference. Before there was apostrophe yes. It became let's. Now only there is let. So let us go for a walk. Okay. Let us go for a walk. भनेपछि जाउँ हैन भनेपछि it might be imperative sentence. Okay. So now will you? Okay. So from this slide you have to conclude that, or you have to get the message, and the very message is that if the sentence is imperative in the imperative form, then you have to write will you. If there is let's, then in terms of let's you have to write shall we. Okay. Now let's solve some problems here. Hey, अब चाहिँ हाम्रो this is the time to solve our problems. I should go out. I should go out. Should means, you know, should is coming here. All right. Should is coming here. Now should, may, might, can, could, isn't it? Will, would, these all are modal verbs. Now should is coming as a verb here. So just carry should and just write. The sentence is in, you know, positive form. That's why write down. Make it negative. And what is its object? Its object is I. Shouldn't I? Is there any problem? Shouldn't I? Now another. She ought to sing. Yes. She ought to sing. If there is ought. Yes, this is another cases. If there is ought, then also you have to write should. Okay. In case of ought also, you should write should. And the question is in positive form. That's why add not. Subject is she. That's why we are writing here shouldn't she. He must study. What will be its? He must study. Okay. He must study. Must we have studied. Must should be changes into needn't or need. Okay. Question is in positive form. That's why we have to make it needn't he. I have two brothers. Okay. I have two brothers. All right. Now she can't dance. Okay. I shouldn't shout. We ought not to smoke. I can paint. Okay. These are the some problems I have included here, and these are going to be very easy for you. All right. All right. I have no more time now. Only a couple of minutes is remaining here. So let's have a overlook. There's a party tomorrow, isn't there? I need help, don't I? She dares shout, doesn't she? He needn't go, need he? We needn't do it, didn't we? He dared leave, didn't we? She daren't leave, dare she? No one are available, are they? He used to smoke, didn't he? Okay, now you can solve this. Okay, some very easy cases I have not mentioned here. Some extra cases. Suppose she had, okay, she would rather live, wouldn't she? Okay, here are some problems. I have made it here. Now I have no more time. That's why I need to leave it, and I need to focus in you. I hope you have understood today's sessions of questions tag. Okay,
excuse me,
right? Yes, please.
It's okay. Kritika has said neither of the chairs is broken. को question tag के हुन्छ?
Let me write first of all. Okay, tell me the question once.
Kritika said
Kritika said,
apostrophe comma on.
oh, apostrophe.
Neither of the chairs is broken.
All right. Neither of the chair is broken. Now, what will be its tag form? I would like to ask you one question first of all. First of all, you go on telling me read the sentence first. First of all, find out.
Neither of the chairs, ma'am. Chairs. Chair.
Okay, cheers. Cheers is छ beta.
Yes.
Okay, cheers is broken. All right. Now tell me, I have instructed you, I have given you so many rules over here. Now tell me, first of all, find out the sentence is in positive form or negative form. ल भन.
अगाडिको हेरेर भन्नाले रिपोर्टेड भब हेरेर गर्ने कि रिपोर्टिङ क्लज हेरेर उ क्वेशन ट्याग बनाउने कि
No. You need to just see the question. Okay. No need to think over such varieties. Okay. Just see this. Okay. Your focus will be here. त्यो अगाडिको नहेर्ने योलाई हेर्ने just. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell me, Kritika said neither of the classes is broken. मैले अघि के भनेको थिएँ, neither छ, nobody छ, no one छ भनेपछि त्यो के हुन्छ? That gives you which sense?
Plural sense. Negative sense. Negative.
Yeah. Negative sense. All right. Negative sense भनेपछि one thing के भयो clear? के भयो क्लियर?
क्वेशन ट्याग पोजिटिभमा हुन्छ.
क्वेशन ट्याग पोजिटिभमा हुन्छ. अब त्यसपछि हेर, अब कृतिका सेड हो, कृतिकाले भनिन् neither of the classes is chairs is broken. All right. Now see the auxiliary verb over there. के छ त्यहाँ auxiliary verb?
Is.
Okay. Now got the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so please go through the instructions that I have given to you. Read intensively है. यो केसेसहरूलाई लाइटली नलिने. यो जति पनि केसेसहरू मैले अवेलेबल गरेको छु त्यो केसेसहरूलाई go thoroughly, you have to go respectively, and then you must do more practices. Sometimes problems appears, but you need to exercise on it, and then there will be no problem. Thank you. I hope you might have understood today's sessions of questions tag.